Today, we're going to dive into a pretty powerful and honestly often confusing journey: neurological recovery. We're going to follow a timeline that's full of incredible progress, some really unexpected setbacks, and the complex reality of what it means to heal. And it all kicks off with one word that changes everything. We start right here. Just two words, but wow, they paint an incredibly stark picture, don't they? This isn't just a starting point, it's the absolute bottom. It really sets the stage for what becomes a truly remarkable story of recovery against all odds. So, how in the world do you get from hospice back to living a full life? Let's track that initial path forward. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so check out this timeline. You can see a really clear positive progression. We start in hospice in 2020. Then in 2021, something big happens, a major intervention involving diet and a lot of weight loss. By 2022, an incredible milestone is reached: zero symptoms. And then in 2023, the person is back home. I mean, that is a powerful 4-year story of recovery. So what was the spark? What happened in 2021 that caused this incredible turnaround? Well, the key seems to be a huge lifestyle change, all centered around diet and the pretty profound effects it had on the body. 80 pounds. I mean, just think about that for a second. That is a massive change. And the source material links this huge weight loss in 2021 directly to a switch to a low-carb diet. So this wasn't just, a small tweak. It was a fundamental shift that clearly had a dramatic impact. And here it is. This is the peak of that recovery. Can you even imagine going from hospice to having zero symptoms just 2 years later? It really looks like a total victory over the condition. But as we're about to see, the story doesn't quite end here. Because here's the thing about recovery: it is rarely a simple straight line. After hitting that incredible high point, a new and totally unexpected challenge popped up, reminding us that the body's healing process can be incredibly complex. Talk about a stark contrast. On the left, you've got the triumph of 2022, no symptoms at all. But then, fast forward just 2 years, and a new problem appears: neural fatigue. And this is a deep exhaustion of the nervous system that sleep just doesn't fix. This wasn't the old problems coming back. It was a completely different kind of challenge, showing this journey was far from over. And, get this, with this new symptom came another major physical change: losing another 50 pounds. This just adds a whole new layer of complexity, right? The initial weight loss was tied to recovery, but this next round of weight loss happens at the same time as a setback. It kind of makes you wonder if the body was getting all the nutrients it needed to keep that nervous system going. And that neural fatigue wasn't just sitting still. It was progressing. In 2024, it showed up in the left leg. But by the very next year, 2025, it had spread up to the left arm and hand. So this shows an evolving condition, one that just kept presenting new hurdles over time. So this whole timeline, with these incredible highs and really challenging lows, it all leads to one crucial question: what is actually going on here? What's the medical diagnosis behind this complete roller coaster of a recovery? Well, the answer, according to our source, is a condition called Annan. And understanding this diagnosis is really the key to making sense of the entire story, from the initial decline to that dramatic recovery and all the challenges that followed. So here's the key: acute nutritional axonal neuropathy, or ANN for short. Let's break that down real quick. Nutritional, that links directly back to the diet and that dramatic weight loss. Polyneuropathy means it affects multiple nerves all over the body. And axonal means it's damaging the actual nerve fibers. So basically, it's a severe nerve condition that's tied directly to the body's nutritional state. And this thing isn't just in one spot. It can impact the nerves that control your arms, your legs, even your brain and your vocal cords. This really helps explain why symptoms could start in the leg and then later spread up to the arm. It's a systemic issue affecting the whole nervous system. Okay, so with that diagnosis in mind, what does the path to recovery actually look like? Let's explore some of the key ideas behind what it takes to heal from this kind of neurological challenge. Now, the source material brings up this concept called Brunstrom recovery. This is a framework that's usually used for motor recovery after something like a stroke, but the basic idea is super relevant here.
Healing from nerve damage often follows a set of predictable stages. It's a good reminder that the process isn't random, even if that pattern sometimes includes plateaus or setbacks.
Ultimately, if there's one thing this whole timeline shows us, it's this fundamental truth. That goal of having no symptoms back in 2022, that was an incredible milestone for sure, but it wasn't the end of the story. Healing is an ongoing process of management, of adaptation, and just plain resilience. And that really brings us to our final thought here. This personal account forces us to kind of rethink what we mean by recovery. It's not a simple path from sick to well. It's a complex, winding road with progress, peaks, and new valleys. So it leaves us with a question to really think about. What does the journey of healing truly look like for any of us?